Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're taking a break from music and we're taking a look at emulators, video game emulators on the App Store, RetroArch and PPSSPP. RetroArch. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. I hope you're all doing good. You'll notice today I am not moving my neck too well. I slept really bad and something's wrong. Something's really wrong. Anyway, good times, but we're going to get through it and get through these wonderful two apps that we have. I hope you're all doing well out there. Welcome to our Wart Warriors. You can become one by clicking the join button down below or the link that's provided in the description. And it's $1 a month and it helps out the channel and all of that jazz. Boom. What else do I have to announce? Let's go through some stuff that's coming up on the channel because everything that is happening over the next week is available on the channel. And we can talk about it now. Big week coming up. Let me tell you that. So hopefully, we're going to be kicking off tomorrow with the opening our mega list of covers. This is very asterisk-y. All depends on if I can sing tomorrow because I can't sing right now. I can't cough. I can't do anything. So there's that. Let's hope it happens. I want it to happen because I've got a whole bunch of songs planned for it. Also, the rant this week is going to be something cool as well. It is going to be how important are drums in your music? We shall find out. Are they important? Do you need them? How do you do them? If you're making an album, do you need to use them? How similar should they sound? We're going to talk a lot about drums and all of that jazz on Sunday's episode. Don't forget, also, Walk With Me is back this week. And let me tell you, Walk With Me is going to be rad this week. I went on an adventure this week to go and find a historical figure of Australian history. And boy, did I find this what I was looking for. So there is a bush ranger here in past history in Australia called Ned Kelly, who was a bush ranger who made armor and stuff. And I went to go and find the armor that makes up his costume and to go and find out more about Ned Kelly and where he was put to death. And that is where I went and I found his armor this week on Walk With Me. And there it is right there. And very, very exciting stuff. And I got to wear Ned Kelly's armor. Very, very cool, let me tell you. So cool that it was cool. It was raining all the way through Walk With Me. So there's that. Let's say hello to folks who are here, and then we'll continue on with what's happening this week. Brad Example, good day. Matteis, Granny, what's happening? Princess LDG, Arthur, hello. So, Walk With Me happening on Sunday, followed by the rant, where we're taking a look at drums. Also this week we have Whirly, a brand new Wurlitzer emulator from Audio Thing. That's super cool. Then we have a mastering app, which has had massive praise from some of the biggest tech people on YouTube for mastering, called Masterplan, with its stupid loud mastering. It's come to iOS, so we'll be taking a look at that as well. And what else? Oh yeah, we've got taking a look at this too. So this is a handy little brand new tool to help you do songwriting, to put together songs, lyrics, chord progressions, ideas, vocals, and put it all together in a song. And it's really neat. A very, very cool little app. We'll take a look at that. And then to close out this week, big stuff happening. We have the album launch of The Delicate Giants, the Fabric of Everything album launch happening this Thursday and sponsored by DistroKid. So a massive week ahead. Let me tell you that. Huge week of stuff coming up. All right, let's get into some price drops and things before we talk about RetroArch and PPSSPP. And we're going to show you how to set up both of these emulators, install your games, use a controller, all this on your iPad or your iPhone, and it's rad. So First, let's jump over to thebeatcommunity.com where they have samples, updates, iOS software, desktop software, all this kind of stuff. Look, there's a whole lot of new things. Louis Rivas has released Bricks. I haven't got my hands on it yet. Looks pretty cool. Jan Mays has dropped 2 apps today, a J-Amp acoustic and a fair limiter. So there's 3 brand new apps I don't even have yet that have dropped. It looks like Moog have dropped the price of Mariana. They've done some updates for their Moog apps. Axart Software has released Chaos Arp. So there's another one I haven't seen yet. There's apps dropping like flies. So here we are. Looks like some kind of crazy next level MIDI arpeggiator designed to transform your musical ideas into intricate dynamic patterns with a unique twist. I have to get my ass onto that one. 4 Pockets has a whole heap of deals. As you can see here, Audio Things dropped whirly. Keystage got an update. Modart released a brand new piano for Piano Tech. Man, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. And ToneStack Pro is on sale. Let's jump over to sales. Blease has Dragonfly Megalith on sale. Also, as you can see, 4 Pockets, Evolver, MIDI, Strummer, Helium. There's a Tone Stack down from $10 to $4.99. BAM's still on sale as well. Good stuff. Blease has Slow Machine. And we're going to over to today's apps. So we're taking a look today at RetroArch. This is completely free. You don't have to pay a cent for it. All you need is the ROMs. And guess what? I'm not here to tell you how to get ROMs. You got to do that yourself. Go and do some YouTubing. We're not here to help you get the games for it. I'll show you how to set them up and what kind of ROMs you need, but I'm not showing you where to get them from because I'm not getting in trouble. Also, PPSSPP is the PlayStation Portable Emulator, and you can see there's now 2 versions of it, it looks like. And this one is free. Look, you're only going to need the free one. Yeah, the free one's going to be enough for you, but they have released a PPSSPP Gold, which allows you to run on the metal architecture that comes with your iPads and iPhones. So you're going to get some smoother gameplay and a few extra options, and it's a way of paying the developer a bit of money, right? That's more of the reason, and you get a gold icon. Hey, Gmate, what's going on? So these are the 2 emulators we're looking at today. If you need to find out more information about both of these apps, ppsspp.org is all the place to go for all of their app information, guides and all this kind of stuff, forum guides, all that kind of stuff. And RetroArch can be found at retroarch.com. And once you get to RetroArch, the best way to go is to go over here to Help and hit Docs. And it'll take you to this page here, and you can just hit Get Started. And it'll run through all of the stuff you need, lots of stuff, walkthroughs, back end, how to set up all the right things you need. So awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. All right, let's get into it. We're going to show you both of these apps. I'm going to start with just by opening both of them. So this is an important step if you're going to use these. So you can see I've got RetroArch down here at the bottom. I'm just going to open it up. And you can see down the bottom it says extracting assets. It did a little bit of a download of stuff and just like installed some things for the first time. Basically, it created a folder in the Files app so you can start putting your games in there. That's essentially what it did. The next step I'm going to do while I'm here, so this is a lot of these things you're only going to have to do once, yeah? You'll see we've got a list of things, load core, load content, history. Online Updater is the first thing you're going to want to do is to click on Online Updater and look for all the icons that have a little clock next to them. See all of these? And you just want to click on them once and let them download the updates into the program, one after another. They're pretty quick. They don't take too much time. I think this one's probably the longest out of all of them. And you really only have to do this maybe once every couple of months or so, and not all of them will get updated. So here we go. We're extracting the controller profiles, cheats. It's just a good idea to do it every couple of months or a month or so. Update databases. As you can see, it's super quick. Not going to take too much time. whatever this one is, but it's covered by these things. And the last one will be update slang shaders. Boom. And once they're done, you're good to go. There's one more step we have to look at to start using this if we want to use PlayStation 1 games. So that's it. They have all been updated. And that's all set up, ready to go. We're going to close out of here now. And we're going to open up a PPSSPP. I'm just going to do a search for it. And we'll go through the setup of that. SSPP. Okay. So all you need to do to get this one off the ground, it's a bit easier, is just open it for the first time. Just make sure it's open. Maybe hit on this, go back up. We're all good. You just need to open it so it can create a folder. And what do I mean by that? Let's go over to our Files app and into On My iPad, and you will see there are 2 folders here now, yeah? So PPSP, it's created these folders with all this stuff in it, and RetroArch is over here with all this stuff in it. So basically just turn them on and get them started. We're going to start with PPSP today and PPSSPP. There are no emulators currently available on iOS for PlayStation 2. Plenty on desktop and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there will be at some stage. So let's have a look at PPSSPP. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get some games. Yeah, get some games. We need some games, don't we? And I luckily have some games already. And to insert games in, it's very easy to do. As I said, I'm not showing you how to get games. That's on your part because it's illegal for me to go and do that. So I have a hard drive connected here with some ROMs and stuff, just various stuff in here. And what do I want? I'm looking for God of War. So we've got God of War here. Now this is an ISO. So you can see it's about 1.75 gigabytes. These games aren't small, remember. These are, you know, PlayStation portable games. So I'm going to select this one. And I'm going to move this into, on my iPad, PPSSPP, and into the folder called Game. And that's where you can store all your games. Boom, that is done. That's how easy it is. Now I'm going to load up PPSSPP. And when I click up here, hit Game, there it is. There's God of War ready to go. So before we do this, I'm just going to pop over to our Settings app and into Bluetooth. And you can see here I have connected on my Bluetooth already a PlayStation 4 controller. So it's all connected. You can see up here it says DualShock 4 connected. Oh, it's not connected. Let me turn it on. So I'm just turning it on now. There you go. It is now connected. It's changed from not connected to connected, and we are ready to go. Let's before we do that, let's throw in one more game. So I've got another game somewhere here. Let's go into my iCloud ROMs. I think I've got PSP. I've got Grand Theft Auto, Vice City Stories. We'll just grab this one as well, and we're going to move this again. So pay attention on my iPad into PPSSPP, in here into Game, copy, and now that's in there as well. So if we now open up PPSSPP, go back, and you can see up here are our games ready to go. Let's hit God of War. Now, remember, using these, it all depends on what kind of devices you have. So M chips are going to run these things really, really well. And there's a lot of settings we can show you in a second of, you know, to get the best performance. Also, you know, this works on iPhone as well too, but if you're using a really old iPhone, you know, that's not going to be the fastest running thing. Hey, Secret Legacy. So we're going to click on this, and I'm just going to turn down the sound in case it's too loud. And here we are. We are inside the game. We're ready to rock. I've got a controller in my hand. You can see we're loading up the initial screens. If I tap on my screen, up come these controls. So you've got on-screen controls if you want them. So you can use these for, you know, on-screen playing. Let's go above if you want to play on-screen, or as you know, I've got a controller connected, and I'm using the controller now. As you can see, we've got action going on. I can hit new game. Hero, we are off. And it is running.
His place amongst the Olympians.
Really, really easy to get this up and running on your iPad, iPhone. You saw how easy it was. It's just up to you to get the games, my friends. Can we skip? We can skip. We can turn off stuff. Let's try and do a start. So I can forward past all this if I want. Oh, and it crashed. Nice one. Look at that. Our first crash. I was probably going a bit fast then. We'll let it do its thing for a minute. I was hitting the button pretty fast. Being a dick. All right, we're off. You got to work that out, Granny. I'm not here to help you. I can't get my channel shut down. Think about it. Use Google. It's not hard. So look out. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Continue. Did I hit the wrong button there? Wait, wait. Fucking Game Center. Hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah. Now, for some reason, it's doing that. So, look, it's running pretty smooth, yeah? Damn. Running nice. So yeah, at any time you can touch the screen and use your on-screen controls. This little arrow up here will pause the game, and you can save. So you can hit save if you want. You can do all that kind of stuff. You can hit save state. Now it's saved, good to go. We can get out of here. Continue, exit. You can change game configurations while you're in the game as well. So there's lots of options there. Let's exit to menu. One of the things you may want to know is if we go into settings, you've got all these settings here. So in controls, you may want to turn off the on-screen controls, and you can do so by doing this. But be aware, if you turn off the controls, you've got the on-screen controls, you've got no way to get out of the game. So here's where you go into control mapping, and you can actually set something like, where are we? We want to do, is it in control mapping? I've got to remember where it is. Control modifiers, rotate, and you can, to get out of the actual game. So we can scroll down till we get to PSP extended controls. Is it in there? I think so. No, I can't remember where it is. My neck is hurting so much, my friends. God. But you can set a, let's get out of here. Go back. It is, where is it? Analog rapid fire intervals. It's somewhere in here. I can't remember. My head hurts so much. Anyway, it's super easy to use this, as you can see. Let's get out of here. Go back to games. Hey, Ed B Metal, what's happening? So we got Grand Theft Auto as well. Let's check this out. See how well it looks. I'm going to have to turn down the music because Grand Theft Auto uses copyrighted music. Yes, this is the free version. You don't need to buy the updated version, seriously, Ed. I bought it just to support the developer because, hey, and it uses metal as well. So I can't use the music because it's, yeah. So the music is, as you know, GTA uses commercial music. I can't get a copyright claim. Let's hit X and skip through loading screens. Still got music. Hey, here we go. Nice one. On a bike. We're out of here. Now, that's a thing. And that's coming from my control. Ah, I know why that is. We're off. So I know why that is. There's a control here. Let me come back here. So let's go to settings. And here's the thing. If we go to controls, control mapping, I think when I'm pressing down on the right analog stick, it's going to so we want start. When I'm clicking on the stick is pause. So we want to delete this. There we go. Sorted. Sorted. So when I was clicking down on the left stick, it was pausing, and that sucked. We didn't want that. Yeah. Now it's fixed. Beautiful. Anyway, I just got a copyright claim, didn't I? Not thinking about it. Fuck. Yay. Fuck this day. All right, so let's now I probably can't get out of this because I turned off the controls, didn't I? Let's go there. Yeah, no, that brings up control center. Let's pause. And I can't. Look, oh, wow, that took a screenshot. Fuck, that was pretty cool. Fucking hell, just demonetized myself. Can I die and go back to bed, please? I really had enough. Anyway, I'm going to close out of this. I really am tired and can't move my head, so I'm very, very fucking angry today. Okay, here we are. Let's jump over to RetroArch and mess around. Ah! That's, wow. Let's go to RetroArch. So one of the first things we're going to talk about with RetroArch is the settings. And so you got to, here is the way to use this. So we've got 3 sections down here in RetroArch. Now there's a bit more to set up with RetroArch because RetroArch has more emulators. So PlayStation, all the Nintendos, all the Sega stuff, Commodore 64, Atari 2600, you name it, it's in here. So you've got a home, you've got a way to import your content, and we have settings down here. Now, first we're going to focus on the user interface because you can change the appearance, yeah? So you can go in and you can change the scale, the background image. We're going to talk about the color theme. So you can go in here and change all these to, I like this color theme a lot. This material UI dark just suits my setup better. And as you can see, there's a lot of options in here for setting up things, inputs, audio stuff, change video settings and scaling. I'm not going to cover all this stuff today. Most of it's going to work the way as intended because the iPad's pretty powerful, especially this one that I'm using here. Now, we're going to focus first on using PlayStation games. Now, with PlayStation games, there are some things that are needed, and these are called BIOS. So basically, inside the original PlayStation is circuitry to run the games. And to be able to run these games, they've created that circuitry in a file called a BIOS file. And there's 3 of them. You don't need 3 of them, but it's best to get 3 of them. There's the Japanese one, the US one, and the UK or the Europe one, which is for European games, Australian games, so Japanese games and US games, because you might want to play some Japanese games that never came out on US consoles. So I'm not telling you once again where to find these files because that's up to you, and I just can't afford to get my channel shut down for this kind of stuff, but I am going to show you the files. So all you have to do is put 2 and 2 together, look at the files, and use Google, and you will find them. Right, so I have them in my downloads folder. Oh, no, I don't. I have them in my ROMs folder. And I have them in here under the folder somewhere. PSX BIOS. Right, so here they are. SCPH5502.bin, SCPH5501.bin, SCPH5500 bin. So we're going to select both of these, all three of these, and I need to put them into RetroArch. And I'm going to hit move. We're going to go to on my iPad, look for RetroArch, RetroArch again, and look for settings, system, sorry. Click on system, hit copy, and they are in there now. So we should be able to load any PlayStation game that we like straight in. Should we try that? Let's do it. Let's now we need to create a folder now inside of RetroArch. So let's go to on my iPad, RetroArch, and in here I'm going to create a brand new folder and we're going to call it ROMs. And we'll do a small s just to make it cool. So once that hits enter and saves, thank you. So here is our folder, and we need to create folders within here. So straight away, I'm going to create a, let's do it. Let's create a PlayStation folder. I'm just going to call it PlayStation. Let's get ahead of ourselves too, and let's create a few folders. So we'll put C64. What else? We'll do Super Nintendo. SNES, if I can spell. We'll do a NES. We'll do a Game Boy. Game Boy. We'll do a Game Boy GBA, Game Boy Advance, because you can do those on here too. So we'll do GBA. What else can we do? Let's do, I think I can do ColecoVision as well. Holy shit. Let's do an Atari 2600. And we'll do a Sega Master System. Now, you can save a lot of time by just getting your ROM file, which I already have, right? Now, you'll see this. And I'll tell you why I'm setting these up this way is because I don't have time to sit here and drag over hundreds and hundreds of files all in one. It would take hours for them all to load in. So I'm just going to grab a few of each game and throw them in here. So that's why we're doing it this way. And what else do we need? We need a Genesis or Mega Drive. I'm going to call it Mega Drive because that's what we called it here in Australia. Mega Drive. What else do we have? I've got GBA. I think that'll do for now. If we need to add any more, we can do so. So there's all our folders. And now all we need to do is drag and drop our games into each of these folders. So we'll start with a PlayStation. Now I have them down here on my external hard drive in ROMs. And we've got Metal Gear Solid. Nice. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. Now these use Q files. And you can tell which one you want because it's the biggest one. See that? 731 meg. And we want to use the bin file. So these come in Q and bin files. If you've ever burnt CDs, you'll know what Q and bin files are. So we're going to select both of these. 1 and 2, both bin files. So Metal Gear Solid USA Disc 1 and 2. And we're going to move these over to, on my iPad, RetroArch, ROMs, and PlayStation, and copy. And they have now been moved into there. Do we have anything else we can move in there? Probably. Of course, I'm going to move Thrill Kill in there because Thrill Kill, if you don't know what Thrill Kill is, it was banned on PlayStation, but it never got released. I fucking love this game. It's so brutal. All right, I'm going to move this as well. On my iPad, RetroArch, ROMs, PlayStation. We'll add one more, maybe Ape Escape or something like that because that uses DualShock sticks. Video, ROMs. I think I've got Ape Escape down the bottom here. Yep, what do you know? And you can see most of these say what they are. So this is why we put the three BIOSes in there. because some are USA games, some are English games, some are Japanese. We want, and we're doing a USA one here. So here's our bin file. This is the one we want. I'm going to move this into on my iPad. Oh, we can just move it here. We're already in the right folder. Copy. Doosh. Ready to go. All those are inside. Now, all we need to do is open up RetroArch. Now, it's a little bit harder than using PPSSPP because now we need to install the files. So this is our home section, which has cores, updaters, information. This is where we import content. So we'll click on import content, scan directory, RetroArch, and here's where we can find the individual directory inside ROMs, hit PlayStation, and then hit scan. And it's now scanning for these ROMs. You can see it's found them. They've all been scanned. And now if we go back over here, down the bottom, we should have a new icon down here with PlayStation. And look, there's 3 of our games. Why is Thrill Kill not showing up? And if you give it a bit of time, the box art will load for you. So you've got all your box art ready to go. Now, Thrill Kill is in there. It's just because it's a pirate and it shouldn't work. So if we load up Ape Escape now, so all I'm going to do is tap on it and hit run. And now it's going to ask us to find a core. So what are cores? Let's explain what cores are. Cores are the individual emulators for each system. So if I hit load, so you can see up the top here, it says no core. So there is no core currently loaded. If we hit load core, this tells us all of the cores that are available and what devices they are. So you can see Amstrad here, Atari 2600, Bandai, Commodore 64, Commodore 128, and all of these have multiple ones. Some work better than others. It's all a bit of trial and error, you know, for the most part. In television, many old favorites, Nintendo DS, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. We've got the Famicom. We got Nintendo 64 is here as well. There's only one of those. So we've even got the Palm, Sega. So now you see these ones where they have 4 things. So these run Master System, Mega Drive, Sega CD. They run all of them together. So this is the one I use, the Sega Plus GX. There are some that are better than others. So SNK, Neo Geo, Sony PlayStation. I think there's even PSP in here as well. So these are your cores. So let's get back to what we're doing. We're going to go back over here to this section. Sony PlayStation, pick Ape Escape. And now it's going to, I'm going to hit run. And this is where it asked, which core would you like to use? Now, you're not going to want to use a Commodore 64, are you? You're going to want to use a Sony PlayStation. So I'm going to use this one. It's now selected. And now I can hit run. And Ape Escape is going to load. See you later, princess. Make sure my control. Whoa, hey, resume. So there's our Sony Entertainment section. Now, if you want to get rid of the on-screen controls at any time, you just click this little arrow, yoink, and they're gone. As I said, we're using a controller. This particular game needs DualShock. It is definitely a one that needs DualShock. Has not been plugged into port 1. Bullshit. I'm using it. I'm using it. There we go. We have Ape Escape running, my friends. Hopefully, it's going to recognize my DualShock. And we're off. And we're loading. So, everything works cool. Oh, did I hit? I backed out. New game. New game. So Ape Escape's pretty damn cool. It's a Sony created game, but yeah, it needs DualShock controllers. As you can see though, all these games are going to work absolutely fine because iOS is just super powerful, way too powerful to be using stuff like this. And my DualShock's not working. Nice. So it hasn't recognized, but I'll have to work that out at some stage. But let's get out of here, try another game. Something like, what have we got? PlayStation, Metal Gear Solid, run. Again, pick your core. Now, once you pick a core for it, it's going to remember it. That's the thing. It will remember the cores that you've selected for that particular game. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, let me have some coffee. Think about it for a second. Nice. Very familiar screen for me because, yeah. This game I played so much. Good God. Good Lord, I played this game a lot. But yeah, everything's working fine. We can forward a lot of this stuff. Pause it, whatever you want. So let's get out of this and let's talk about some other games, importing some other games. And I'll tell you what, before we do that, I want to change. So we showed you how to change the color. One other thing I want to do. Oh, Jesus. Is our halfway point? I've missed it already. So I need to run an ad. Let's run the ad. You can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium member. Let's do that. The ad's been run. You may get an ad. You may not. We'll wait for you to come back while we're doing so. And all that jazz. While we are here waiting for an ad to come back, let's just remind you what's going on. This is going to be awesome. This week, this Thursday, US, UK time, is the launch of The Delicate Giants, the Fabric and Everything album. So long in preparation, waiting for this to happen. It is so good. And I can't wait for that. Hello, Daniel. What's going on? Look who we have here. Today's featured artist is Daniel G. Harmon, one of my favorite artists. Very avant-garde. I'll tell you, and before we close the show, we'll talk about some of the other stuff he's done. But welcome aboard, Daniel. All right, so people should be back from the ad. Let's get back over here to RetroArch. Hey, Audible, what's happening? Yes, we are dorks today. We're doing games today. Hardly ever do I get to talk about games. Let's talk about this. So I'm going to go over to settings. Now, you're probably looking at this whole setup here and think, yeah, it's a bit ugly. Well, let me tell you, I'm going to change user interface because there is a user interface that is much cooler. And if I can find it, where have I've lost it? User interface, menu visibility. Is it in there? Where have I've lost it. I've lost where to do it. User interface. I thought it was in here. Appearance, screen appearance, menu visibility. I think it's down the bottom. No. So you've got all these options, many options, right? To change things, your drivers, all this kind of stuff, mouse support, resume content after playing disk, quit on closed content. So there's so many options that are built in here to make your gaming experience so much better. Now, where was I in here? Online update. I've done this a million times and today. Just kill me, please. Please. So you can change your app icon as well. Where are we? Why can't I find this? Icon, switch, navigation button, primary thumbnail, ticket. Good Lord, kill me. Background opacity, scale factor. Here we are. This is what we're looking for. XMB. This is what we're looking for. XMB. Why am I not doing this correctly? XMB and not doing it right. Assets. XMB. Retro, Pixel, Monochrome. I've got to pick XMB. How do I do it? Maybe we'll come back to it. We'll do it at the end. I'll remember at the end. Good Lord. Don't ever fall asleep, folks, and ruin your neck and then get up and do a YouTube stream. It's the worst thing you could ever do. I want to die right now. Okay. Let me put this over here. See if I can. All right, let's import some more games. That's what we want to do. So we've already got folders set up to import games. So let's do some. We'll use our Files app. And let's just get a whack of games in here, yeah? We'll start with Atari 2600. So I've got these stored on my cloud. Here's my Atari 2600 ROM collection. We've got some ROMs in here, lots of them. Let's go in alphabetical order. What are we going to do? We need Space Invaders, don't we? We need Space Invaders. So we'll just select a few, just a couple. S, probably Donkey Kong or something like that. Space Invaders, S. Star Wars, oh man, that Star Wars Empire one was pretty terrible if I remember. Empire Strikes Back. Sure was. This one was awful. Look how small they are, these games. So we got Empire Strikes Back. What have we got? Find Space Invaders. SP, that'll do. Just a couple of them. Oh God, Spider-Man for Atari. All these games are terrible when you look at them now. Space Invaders, here we go. 1980, different speed, different colors. So there's I have a whole lot of different ROMs for these as well. We'll just choose these ones and we'll hit move. Now, always have to go over to my iPad, RetroArch. Eventually, RetroArch, ROMs, Atari 2600, copy, douche. So what else? We're going to go over to my cloud. ROMs, I'm pretty sure we've got an N64 game in here as well. So we've got GoldenEye. Let's throw Now, GoldenEye is one of the hardest games to emulate. So if this works well, that's going to be cool. Let's go here to, on my iPad, RetroArch, ROMs, and N64. I did make a folder, didn't I? Or did I not? I don't think I did. So we'll add that right now. Folder, N64. Bombjack's rad. Bombjack's awesome, isn't it, Russ? I think I can find it on Commodore 64 as well. Oh, come on, dude. So let's copy that in there. What else do we have in here? So I think I've got some GBA games. We'll grab a GBA game. Maybe the Star Wars trilogy. Just grab this one for now. Tekken Advanced maybe as well. So again, on my iPad, eventually, I love how the Files app is just crawling at the moment for some apparent reason. Probably because I'm dragging so many games across that are big games. ROMs. What was this? GBA? Yep. Copy. So GBA games are a little bit bigger. There we go. There you go. Yep. Let's go over to back to ROMs. What else can we find? We've got some Game Boy games. We've got Donkey Kong Country, Game Boy. Why not? So, and I'll show you in a second. Now you can see they all have extensions at the end, like this one's a GQS for these. So we'll move this across into, oh look, it's created a little section for me. No. There we go. So it is painstaking. Now I'm doing it the really slow way because I'm only adding one game at a time. But essentially you would be grabbing the whole folder of all your games and just dragging them all over at once, yeah? But as I said, it's going to take a lot of time to do that and you'll never get to see anything. Even this is taking time. So we've got Game Boy here. Copy that in there. What else is in our ROMs folder from up here? I think we've got Super Nintendo stuff, yeah? Super Nintendo. What do we do from Super Nintendo? Like Mortal Kombat or Mario, whatever. I'm going to do Mortal Kombat. Now, the Mortal Kombat from Super Nintendo didn't have blood. It's pretty pathetic. But it actually played better. So here we go, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat 1. We've got a revision here. Going to move this into Super Nintendo. And I got a few others on another drive we can grab as well. Oops, nice one. Unable to find content. Good on you, Apple. So for now, we'll just check these ones out. We'll do the Commodore 64 one. So what was this? Super Nintendo? SNES. Copy. Okay, so I have more over here on this external. So in ROMs, what else do we have? So I got some Sega Genesis, which is our... Oh, look, these are all organized. So we got to do Sonic, don't we? Sonic. Let's do by name. Got to do Sonic, of course. God, look at all the Sonics. Yeah. Sonic and Knuckles. Shall we do Sonic and Knuckles? Yeah, why not? Let's go completely different. Sonic and Knuckles. And once again, into RetroArch, ROMs. Eventually. And this is Mega Drive. Copy. And let's do a Commodore 64 because the Commodore 64 ones are really interesting because remember, Commodore 64 was on tapes and discs. So you'll see what I mean by the way these load. They're very strange. So here's my Commodore 64 ROM set, and they are separated into discs and ROM sets. So if we click on these, what do we got in here? So these are Commodore 64 BIOSes. Let's go with, I don't know. What can we go with? What's a good Commodore 64 game? Oh my God, Congo Bongo. Let's just go with Donkey Kong. Why not? We need a Donkey Kong. And we're going to put this in our Commodore 64 folder. And then we'll load all these in and see how we go, if they're all working. ROMs. C64. Copy. Done. So we need to now load RetroArch. And we need to actually find all these, yeah? We need to find all these. So we go over to this hamburger icon here, import content, scan directory, RetroArch. We want to scroll down to ROMs. And now we can just hit scan this directory and it will scan all these folders looking for all the games. And you'll see that in a second. So here we go. Thrill Kill. Boom. Look, it's finding all the games. Ape Escape. So there's about 16 games in there. All done. And now if we go back over here, there should be, look, a whole bunch of new consoles here for us to play with all these games ready to go. So I can now go into Mega Drive, Sonic and Knuckles, run. And again, it's going to ask us to load a core. And we're going to load this Sega, this one here, the Genesis Plus XX. It plays all Sega consoles. And run, baby, run. You don't get me a copyright, Sega. And we are connected, ready to go. It's that easy. So that's working. Let's get out of it. So we can see that's going good. Let's bounce over here to... so once you get out of a game too, you'll see this quick menu's up here now. When you click on it, you can close your content, restart, check your save state. So you can hit save and save your games. You can take screenshots. There's so much you can do. It's ridiculous. What else do we have? I want to load up Thrill Kill for the PlayStation. Let's find out how we load up Thrill Kill. Now, Thrill Kill's like it's an unreleased game. It never got released because it's so nasty. So I'm going to load. See if we can get Thrill Kill going. I'm going to go into our ROMs, PlayStation, and here's Thrill Kill. And I'm going to use the Sony thing. Now you see it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's just going to sit here until I hit X and square. Oh, this is just a thing that's all right. Thrill Kill, baby. I remember when I got this game. Now, I used to get games from a guy. And he said, you'll want this. I don't think it's ever going to come out. I think they're going to ban this game. And they did ban it. And it ended up coming out 2 years later under the name Wu-Tang Clan Fighting Game. And they removed all of the characters in this and turned them into Wu-Tang Clan members. Now you can probably see why they banned this, because it's a whole bunch of weirdos in a mental asylum tearing each other apart. 4 players at once. And the cutscenes in it are so bad. But let's have a quick run through, see if I remember how to play it. The games like this, I love games like this. Make me so happy. Yes, memory stick. Look at the characters here. So you've got Tormentor, Oddball, this dude with the metal mouth. I like Tormentor. He's the and you can go up and down and change their costumes. Tormentor.
Dr. Faustus. Imp. Violet.
It was in a parking lot. It was pretty much that kind of down. It was CD-ROMs audible. Yeah. Anyway, long time ago, history. So I don't think there's music in this because, yeah, for reasons. Because it never actually came to market. Oh my God, look at this. It's so awesome. Oh, man. Oh, dude's got me from behind. I'll get my ass kicked here. It's been a while. And now he gets to thrill kill me. You get a one-touch death. Uh-oh. Good. Yeah, the imp is on stilts. Yeah. So there you go. There's thrill kill. Let's get out of it. Let's check these other consoles. So Atari 2600, Space Invaders is in here. Let's hit run. So you've got to choose a Space Invaders core. And look at that. It is literally Space Invaders. The old Atari version. Look at those high quality sounds. Oh! So Space Invaders working good. Again, you'll notice that one of the games didn't appear in there. But again, if something hasn't appeared, you can always go into load content, start directory, find the directory, ROMs, Atari. So we can see this Starr Wars one. So Starr Wars, it is there. It's definitely there. Oh, God, I remember this game. Holy hell. So this was the Empire Strikes Back. Which is pretty much Defender. So Atari's working really good. Nice stuff. Let's close that content. What else did we throw in there? We threw in Game Boy Advance. So this is the Star Wars trilogy. We're going to hit run. And of course, you've got to choose one of these Game Boy Advance. This GPSP one's a good one. Works really well. And yeah, look, pretty easy to do all this. It's pretty neat. So yeah, I'm using the controller. Put in our name, blah blah blah. Can remove the graphics. You can. There's a fast forward to get through long bits that annoy you, kind of thing. And off you go. So you can see we're pretty good with all of this. I want to show you the Commodore 64 stuff because remember, Commodore 64s ran on tapes. And what's really bizarre about this is they actually load like a tape. So if you find a Commodore 64 one, we'll do the fast and hit run. See, oh, this one didn't do it. Some of them, they actually load and they go through the whole loading screen and all that kind of thing. And you have to forward through the loading screen like that. It's very unique, let me tell you that. Oh, now see this one? Here's a good example of this. Now for this, you need to use F1 to start the game. Some of these Commodore 64 games, well, they used keyboards. So you've got a keyboard over here. And all you got to do is look for that F1 to start and you're off. Game's ready to go. So if there's ever any input that you need to do with the Commodore 64 or Amstrad or any of, look how bad this is. And my controller's not working for this for some reason. There you go. Good stuff. Is it even connected? Yeah, it is. This is it because it's set to keyboard, but you can see what I mean. So what else do we have? Because we got to get out of here. We're running really over time. Let's finish off by looking at last two. We've got our Nintendo 64. Yes, good stuff. So there's only one core for Nintendo 64. That's the MUP core. And yeah, all good. The only thing I haven't got running is MAME. Now, MAME games you can get running. They're a little bit more complex to set up. But Neo Geo's in here too. Neo Geo as well. It's a complex one to set up. So this game is notorious for not working on emulators. And damn, it's looking pretty smooth already. Like this is normally pretty choppy, this part here. Just working out the controls. Ha-ha! Right the dick. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. That all depends, Dan, on if you can find the ROMs. I'm not here to show you how to do ROMs, so... God damn. Anyway, there's that. Lastly, we're going to go over... What was the last one? Quick menu, close content. So we looked at Atari... And we'll quickly look at, say, Mega Drive, Genesis. So we've got Sonic and Knuckles here. Oh, we already did that, didn't we? Yeah. Let's close that. And lastly, we'll have a look at Nintendo, Mortal Kombat. Boom. So, again, you've got multiple ones. I would recommend using SES 9X. And we got Mortal Kombat, boom. So, yeah, there's multiple versions of Mortal Kombat. Hey, Paul Walker, E. Urban, Dan. But, yeah, all those games are available, WrestleFest, all that stuff. I mean, I've pretty much got every ROM. So, ooh. Scorpion. Yes, of course. I've had it for the last couple of days. I'll be doing a show on it on Monday, US UK time. Hey. God damn. Hey. Well, it's been a while. What is it? Backpack? Is it backpack? Let's get over here. I can't even fucking remember. There we go. Good stuff. All working good. It's not important how I'm playing these games right now. So, yeah, you just keep adding your games and you are good to go. Even we looked at Game Boy Advance. You just keep adding them and they will appear down here, do your search. And that's it. You're pretty much on fire. Now, just a little side thing. If you want to understand what extensions, so the cores need. So, for example, let's go into load core up here. Oh, man. Load core. And we'll, for example, let's look at the Atari. So the Atari Stellar. I'm going to click on this and go down to information. And then core information. And this will tell you the files. See here, supported extensions. These are the file types that can be used for your ROMs. Again, if we go out of here again and say use load core, scroll to the bottom and say use Sony PlayStation. And information, core information, you can see these are all the files here that can be used. So exe, bin, q, all these can be used for your game files. So lots of information can be found here. And you can see with this, these were those files I had to load, the Japanese, US, and EU things to get PlayStation games to work. The last thing I was going to do, so yes, this was the other thing I wanted to do. So if we click on our settings and come down to drivers, you'll see we have a section here, menu, and I'm going to tick this. And these are different layouts for the operating system. Trust me, this is the one you want to use, XMB. So once you choose that, get out of it, swipe up, shut down, and then reload. And, oh, where'd it go? Why didn't it work? Hang on. Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Settings. Drivers. Oh, it didn't change. Why didn't it change? XMB. It should have worked. XMB. Let's just load a core. See if that worked now. No. Why is that not working? That is so bizarre. One more time. Eventually it worked. You had a problem. You had a problem doing this? Is it? Oh, fuck. I can't even turn my head, man. Let's go back home. It's still there. I've done this. You know what? I've done this so many times. And it says even here, menu driver to use, restart required. Okay. But yeah, it's not remembering it. So that sucks. So you can change it. We'll go to metal. Let's try doing that as well. I'm doing a restart now. No, it's not changing it. Wow. It's a shame because that is my favorite setup. Anyway, who knows? One day I opened it and it decided to work. Yeah. They're going to add more updates to it. Anyway, this is RetroArch. So you can add whatever games you want, right? You can see in my list here, I have pretty much every Commodore 64 game, you know, all the Master System stuff in here. And my PlayStation stuff is way too big to have on my iPad. I have so many ROMs, it is ridiculous. I've been collecting ROMs for the longest time. Even Neo Geo stuff here. I have every Neo Geo, the kids one, whatever it is. What else? There's even ColecoVision, I think I have in here. Yeah, these are ColecoVision games. So good old ColecoVision. There's just so many games you can add to this. Plus, I do think you can add PSP games to this as well, or just download PPSSPP. Cool stuff. All right, we're going to head out and play our featured artist today, which I've been very excited to play. And let me do this for you. Come back over here if I can. Oh, man. If you don't know, I've hurt my neck and, oh, man, it is hell today. I'm really happy about it. So today's us is Daniel G. Harmon. Can you not run them out of an external storage? No, you have to drag them across. Unfortunately, you have to drag them across. So this is Daniel G. Harmon. He's got some great music. Let me show you over here. This is Apple Music. Now, one of my favorite albums by this dude, right, is, when I can find it, is it still on here? Where is it? Maybe I can't find it. There it is. So this is a album dedicated to the Counting Crows album, August and Everything After, and these are his own renditions of this entire album by Counting Crows. You really should get this. It's a sick album. It really is cool. But today we're going to be taking a look at a new track he's just dropped on YouTube. Pinned comment up the top tells you how to go and subscribe to him. Buy his music on Bandcamp. This is called Only Through a Glass Darkly. I'll be back tomorrow to do the opening hour, a whole big week of cool shows and cool apps that is happening. So let's play this track. It's super cool. Give me a second. And thanks for joining us today. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Stay awake. This is Daniel G. Harmon and Only Through a Glass Darkly.